All right, you guys, I'm so excited about this Zoom. My name is Sarah Artazzoni. I am a presidential diamond, and I have three beautiful triple diamonds on here with us tonight to share some tips about how they are rocking Skinny Brew sample cash and how they're turning in those sample buyers into loyal customers and distributors. So Candice is right here. She's ready to go. So Candice, will you share a little bit? Tell us who you are, how long you've been in the business, give us your story, and then just go right on into your best tips.
All the things. Okay. Hey, you guys. My name is Candice Thomas. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I am a mom of two. Hopefully they're still asleep. They were wandering around a couple minutes ago. I'm a mom of two. I've been in the business technically almost 7 years. Right? What is this? 2020. So yeah, technically almost 7 years is when I initially enrolled and moved really, really quickly. Ended up taking a break off of my business and then relaunched again in 2016 when I lost my corporate job. And so that's kind of the short and sweet of my story. I'm going to give you guys the tips. And so my story isn't as important as the goods that I'm going to give you guys. So when the Skinny Brew samples came out, when the sample app came out, I was so excited because if you guys have even been here for a little bit, you know that historically we've had to order or purchase full-size products in order to ship out samples personally, right? Which, as great as that is, it can be a bit of an inconvenience. Or like if you're one of those people that builds primarily on social media, stepping out to the post office to mail off a sample isn't the most fun thing, right? And so I was immediately obsessed with the app because it was yet another tool that we had to completely run this business strictly from your cell phone. And so it took the guesswork out of making cash quickly without having any extra expenses, which I'm all about, right? And so I fell in love with the sample app as soon as it came out. I sold my first sample like literally 20 minutes after the app dropped. And I was hooked immediately. Since the app dropped, I've probably made over $500 in sample cash just from my phone outside of the cost of the credits themselves. And I love that I'm able to just share this with newbies as an easy way to make cash immediately before their kit arrives. I was one of those people that well before, my BBK came in the mail, all of the wraps in the kit were sold. That was me. And so I've always had success in teaching my newbies how to do this. And now what better way to get cash in their pockets than to have them ship out samples directly from their phones, and they don't have to do anything. They don't have to go anywhere. All they have to do is text somebody. I thought that was amazing. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips. Let me see. I wrote some notes, so I made sure I stayed on task tonight, you guys. The way that I am really maximizing on these samples, and what I'm going to tell you guys is probably nothing that you don't know. It may not be brand new information, but for me, it's always really good to hear it. Hear a little bit of a different twist on what you may already know and what you may be leaving out of the equation, right? So I've been maximizing on old customers. Okay, so these are people that have been part of my organization since 2013. That maybe took years off from ordering. Maybe they haven't tried an It Works product since the Black Label greens, right? Reaching out to those people just to get them reacclimated and reactivated in the system and reacclimated to all the new products that we have. It's an easy, fresh start for somebody that hasn't touched a product in a long time, because I don't really know a lot of people that don't drink coffee. I'm drinking coffee right now, right? Most people either drink coffee or know someone that does. And so to be able to reach back out to those really old customers and say, hey, listen, I know you haven't tried anything in a long time. You will love this. When can I get some sent out to you? So really maximizing on old customers. Polls in my stories are working really, really well. And then also what we call like is how familiar, hold on, can we mute everybody? I don't know how familiar you guys are with like is a lead, but basically the idea that everybody that likes or comments on a post is a lead, specifically coffee posts. So maximizing on that. And then of course, host to post. all on Facebook. On Instagram specifically, cold messaging has worked really, really well for me for some reason. It usually doesn't on Instagram, but for whatever reason, the cold messaging on Instagram with the coffee samples have worked really, really well. And to be honest, I think it's because the coffee sample specifically are such an easy way for someone to try the product without any real like obligation. And they really feel like they're getting something, right? So to be able to go to someone and say, hey, just give me $20, including tax and shipping. I'm going to send you a 3-day experience of this new Skinny Brew coffee. And there's a good chance you're going to feel effects immediately. Okay. And you may lose a couple pounds in just 3 days, girl. Can I send some out to you? Most of the time people are going to say yes. Right. So that's what's working really, really well for me. I had a script in here. I'm going to give it to you guys. The one that I'm sending on Instagram. Let me grab it for you guys. It's really simple. Here it is. And it says, hold on, I lost it that quick. It says, hey girl, we just launched a black French roast fat burning coffee that I know you will love. And plus I really trust your opinion. I'm shipping out samples today to build my portfolio. They're just $20 for a limited time, or you can get access to my 40% off discount for a full month supply, and you'll feel effects almost immediately. Can I get some headed your way?
That's good.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's working like a charm on Instagram. So stick that in your arsenal, you guys. How am I on time? Do I have like a couple minutes?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. So that's working really, really well on Instagram. Another tip that I would give you guys, especially when it comes to samples, and really whenever you're talking to an LC, is to keep your call to actions definitive. Like I stay far, far away from like, what do you think? How do you feel? Does it sound good? No. What's the best option for you? What's the best date you can purchase? Give people definitive calls to action. You don't leave them room for an out, right? And so that's always worked really, really well for me, and it's working well for samples as well. Follow-ups. So as far as like following up with people and converting them from samplers to LCs or DTs, to be really honest with you guys, I love the scripts that are in the resources that we have. I am big, and my team knows I'm big on resourcefulness. Like, don't reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. And the scripts work. They're simple. The videos are there. It's already set up for you. Just use the ones that are there. And trust that what the work that you do and the scripts that you have and the work that you've done is going to work. Like, there's no need to keep going back and like recreating a script. Let me try this one today. Let me rework it again and try it with this wording tomorrow. Just keep it simple. Use what's there and trust that what's there works. You know, same stuff for BOGOs. We just dropped BOGO today. We had a feeling it was coming. Follow up like crazy. So I'm following up with old customers again, people that I haven't talked to, I haven't tried. They're like my main target right now because I want to get them recirculated back into the system. And following up with my sample people. So, hey, listen, I know you loved your 3-day sample. I know you did. Let's go ahead and get you started on your VIP challenge for 40% off with this BOGO special. Not really giving you an option to say no.
I love that.
Yes. Let me see. Host to post, of course. And then going back, this has also been really helpful for me. Going back and messaging people that either hosted a post for me a long time ago or they commented on those hosts to posts from a long time ago. So these are people I'm talking to now from like last spring. So February, March of 2019, those are the people I'm talking to right now to one, rehost a post for me if they don't want to purchase a sample or getting them to purchase a sample or BOGO.
So do you have like a specific script that like a host to post that you're giving people that like focuses more on samples?
Yes.
Or are you just talking about Skinny Brew in general?
I have one that focuses specifically on samples. I'm going to see if I can copy it from my phone and I'll post it in the chat for you guys. I'm just seeing your messages. I'm sorry, you guys. I was reading my notes. They were covering in the chat message.
And if you want to, if it's easier, you can just send it to me and I'll post it like in the description when I put this on YouTube.
Yes, yep, I'll do that now. But it basically says, I'll read it to you guys really quick if you want to take a quick note. It says, hey, you guys, my girl Candice has 12 samples of her brand new Skinny Brew to celebrate her product launch. It's a vegan black coffee that boosts your metabolism, burns fat. It's delicious, keeps you full, and perfect for intermittent fasting. It has 225 milligrams of clean energy, and yes, you can add creamer. Results are in the comments. First come, first serve. Basically it. And so I will have them post that. Tag me in the comments. I'll turn on notifications for that post and then post the results photos in the comments before anybody starts commenting.
I love that. And I've been loving those follow-ups that are built into the sample app too. The only thing that I've been added, and I think a couple others have mentioned that they're doing this too. So I send them the message when their sample ships, and then 2 days later, I am messaging them and I'm saying something along the lines of like, hey, I'm so excited for you to try this. As soon as you get it, will you do me a favor and put up, like, take a selfie of you and the coffee, put up a post and just say something like, hey, I'm so excited to try the new Skinny Brew that I got from my friend Sarah. She has a couple samples left. If anyone wants to try one, comment below. And then I'll do the same thing, like I'm posting either a screenshot of a testimony that I got, like a message that I got from somebody who tried it, or results pictures or whatever in the comments too. And that's been amazing.
I love that.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm excited to see your scripts. Okay, Megan, are we ready?
Hey, Mama, how are you?
I am fabulous. Thank you so much for hopping on here. I am so excited to hear from you tonight. Okay, so can you just tell everyone how many sample packs you've sold?
I'm over 40.
It's blowing my mind.
And I just want more. I just want more. And you know what's so funny? When we got back from conference, us leaders were like, I was like, all right, because I always believe leading it from the front. And I'm like, we got to lead from the front. I'm like, my goal is to sell four sample packs a week, because I figured that it would offset website fee and auto ship. So then we could tell the team, like, you know, and then when I was selling 4 a day or 3 a day, I was like, wait. So I got into this business 4 years ago. I just celebrated for my 4th year, and I didn't have social media when I started. I was behind the bar. I was a bartender, and I didn't want social media to be successful. I didn't want social media, and if I had to have social media to do this, I didn't want to do it. And my enroller, it was my best friend. She's like, nope, you don't need it. So when I started, I didn't have social media, and so when I created social media, that was my mindset was business, and I use Facebook as a bartending shift. Like, that's my mindset. You know, when I was behind the bar, I had goals. Like, I had to greet people, I had to make money, I had to serve. And, you know, this is no different. So when I was starting to sell sample packs, we were going on vacation a couple weeks ago, and we needed $100 for parking at the airport. Right. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go sell $100 worth of samples. Then I needed I won Ashley Sinclair's, you know, diamonds and above trip. Right. So I needed a passport. That was $170. I was like, okay, so I need $170. I'm going to go sell samples. So it's like, not when I was behind the bar, if I needed $400 that night at the end of the shift, I would put it out there and be like, I need $400. I would walk out with $400. If I needed $100, I would walk out with $100. It's just the way it happened. So that's the way I do with the sample packs. I put it out there that this is what I need, and that's what I go for, you know? So that's why I've been selling so much. It's just because I just love the instant gratification of it too.
Yeah, I remember back when I started in 2012, and the cash that I made from selling wraps, like individual wraps, was everything. I paid off 2 credit cards in my first 2 weeks just from selling wraps. And, you know, I kind of got away from that because I wanted to sign the loyals, so I just went straight to that. But now the Skinny Brew for me, and having the sample packs like so easily available, is just bringing that excitement right back. And kind of like you said, like, I'm like, even though I have my commissions, obviously, and I have my fast start bonuses, and that's great, like, I don't want to take out of that for anything. Like, I'm determined to pay for everything with Skinny Brew sample cash. So I love that.
And you know what though? This is such a door. It's just it breaks the ice so much because I had so many potentials who were on the fence about getting, you know, product, whatever. Now I'm able to send this. This is a true story. This happened. This woman would not buy keto coffee for me. Her husband wanted to give her the money for, you know, so I was like, okay, if you can't get the money, then become a distributor. She couldn't do it. She bought a sample pack. The husband, Venmo'd me. 3 days later, she's like, I need another sample pack. And I was like, why don't you become a distributor, you know? She's like, no, let me just get another sample pack. Gets another sample pack. So I give her a host to post. I love my Skinny Brew. Very simple. I love with a heart. I love my Skinny Brew. Her friend comments, Venmo's me $20. Before her sample pack comes, the friend messages me, why am I Venmoing you, a stranger, $20? How easy is it to make money with this company? Little do I know, she comes from direct sales and the corporate end, has this insane network and signs on as a distributor.
That is
all
so
from that one that didn't want to become a loyal customer. Now, the one that didn't want to become a loyal customer just bought a month's supply and became a loyal customer. And it's just the gateway. It's the gateway to get into this amazing opportunity.
I love that. Okay, so when you're selling sample packs and you're following up, are you using the messages that are in the sample app, or are you just going straight for like, why don't you make money with me and sign up as a distributor?
Yeah, well, I love that. I love the message in the app. I love it. It's great. You know, would you like 40% off, or you want to make money? Perfect. You know, so that's what I'm basically using. I'm just like, anyone looks at my story, they're getting a sample message. Would you like to try it for a 3-day trial, or would you like to try, you know, a 15-day supply? Now it's a month supply, which is awesome. When somebody does get their first Skinny Brew and they're telling me how amazing it is, they get a host to post up, and then I'm getting host to post. I'm getting customers from that as well.
So good. So are you, I just lost my train of thought. Are you like cold messaging anybody, like just in your friends list, or are you sticking to people who are viewing your story and liking?
Yeah, I haven't really, I'm not cold messaging, and I was like, why am I not? When Candice said that, I was like, crap, I better get my game on. Like, why am I not cold messaging?
I've gone back and forth, so.
Coffee debate post, I do. I'm trying to settle a debate. Because I've always talked about coffee, I have so many coffee people on my feed, they speak my language. You know, we're in the business of coffee now, you know. So the debate post, are you a Starbucks fan, or are you trying to settle debate, are you a Starbucks fan or Dunkin' Donuts? And they blow up. So then I have all those coffee posts. I like on a Sunday or on a Friday, what I like to do is the next person that comments happy before I say weekend gets a free Starbucks on me. So then I get 1,000 comments of, you know, those are all coffee lovers. You know what I mean? So I'm just attracting that way too.
I love that. Okay, so when you're messaging someone who has, I don't know, just like liked your post, they didn't comment or anything, what are you saying?
They are getting this message. It's a message about exactly, I don't like long messages, but this is a long message. It's describing what, and I'll put in the chat, it's describing, bear with me, it's past my bed. This is usually when I'm like
that was my fault.
No, it's all right. I'm like, I'm just so weak. We just came out with Skinny Brew. The instant French roast is delicious. This is what it does. Does this sound like something you would benefit from? Yes. Okay. Would you like to try a 3-day trial pack? Sample packs, to me, I love sample packs, but people think that it's free when you say sample. So I love to say 3-day trial.
I like that.
Because like you can't get anything free for a trial, right? And then, so I'll put that in there. Yeah, it's really, really simple.
Okay, cool. And so how many out of these 40 plus sample pack buyers have you already followed up with them about BOGO?
I did. I think, well, some of them I put in today. I think I had like 4 ELCs that went BOGO today from it. I got a loyal today from it. I got some enrollments today from those sample packs, but also too last week they became loyals too because they've already had the coffee.
Yeah.
They're like, darn, I wish I, so now they're like, darn, but yeah. And then also too, pre-selling, I'm helping distributors pre-sell their sample packs, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I want people to know, especially on our team, I don't want people to have a broke mentality going, well, I don't have $35 to buy credits for my eSuite. Go sell 2 samples. Go sell it. Get the money in your Venmo. Put it on your card. Then you have samples, And I don't want people to hold themselves back because they don't think they have the credits. If you go ahead and sell, right?
Right.
You go ahead and sell the sample. 2 minutes later, you have the money. You could go put it in your eSuite and get the credits.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just went live in my team page about this yesterday, I think, or the day before, because we were talking about this and how to literally run your entire business for free. Because if you sell, you get basically 7 sample packs with your kit. You sell them each for $20. That's $140. You can then go and get more. Like, even if you just use the credits that come with your kit, you're still going to come out with enough money from that to go buy 2 more 5 packs of credits, and you're going to come out $200 ahead right away.
Yep. And what's energizing me is working with these newbies that are pre-selling their sample packs. Like, there's nothing more exciting than people posting in my inbox, sharing conversations, screenshots. They're not even in the system yet, and they are jumping through the roof that they just earned. They just raised $60 to get their brand kit. I'm like, you know what? I want to work with you.
Yes. You
know what I
definitely
mean?
find the people who really want this.
Yeah. So
about pre-selling.
yeah, I am just so excited about it. But even, what I'm saying about the broke mentality on people's teams, I don't want distributors to hold themselves back, because this company has just given us the ability to make so much money. And, there's days I don't have 5 credits in my account, you know what I mean? But I go sell two sample packs, I collect the money, and then I go buy the credits. So, I want people to be able to utilize that and not hold themselves back from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that, because same thing, like I haven't spent any of my own money out of pocket to buy a single sample pack, and I'm up to, I think, 22 or 23 sample packs. So I'm not on your level yet, but I'm working it.
Yeah.
And the same thing, like I think I pre-sold 3 before I even bought, because I was like, I'm determined to do this, to prove to my team and to prove to people coming into the business that it can be done. And so I've done that. And I, like, every time I run out, I pre-sell a couple more, or I'm letting my money sit in Venmo, and so that it doesn't get spent, because if it goes in the account, it's going to get used for something else. And so I'm just letting it like hang out there. That's where I'm taking all my payments. And so I can just pull right from there to go. Like, I literally am putting, well, before it was 30, now it's 35, whatever, because we have BB. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. But I'm literally just pulling out 35, even moving it to my bank account, and then ordering another 5 pack of credit. So.
Yeah. And it's amazing. We don't have to pay out of pocket for it. So thank you so much for, I don't think I said anything that Candice didn't say, but I'll put my hosted post in the chat, and then also my messages that I'm using.
Awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on.
You're welcome.
Let me make sure everyone's muted. Danielle got kicked off. She's trying to get back on. Anyway, so while we wait for her, I'll share with you guys what I have been sending out today for BOGOs. So I have a lot of people who have not yet gotten their sample packs. They ordered, like, I got like a late start, you guys, with sample packs. I didn't sell like any for the first week and a half, or maybe 2 weeks after conference, because I don't know why. I just was in my head. So basically what happened was, one of my girls sold a sample pack like at conference, or like within an hour or so when the sample app was announced, and their customer, I don't know if like the wrong email got put in or whatever, but their customer got the confirmation email that they were supposed to get, that the distributor was supposed to get, and it showed like $1 and she had just charged $20 and it turned into a whole thing. And so I was like scared to sell sample packs because I didn't want to deal with that headache. And so once I did get started, it's been great. And anyway, so I have a decent amount, probably like half of my people have gotten their sample pack. And then out of the other, I'd say 3/4 have gotten their sample packs. And then out of those, maybe a quarter or so have not tried it yet. And so I've been on them like, what are you waiting for? Just try it. You know, I message them every couple days. And so today I reached out to everyone again who hadn't already tried it. And I'm like, hey, have you tried it yet? Like, what's going on? Do you have it? I reached out to all those people. And a couple people, I made them go check their mail because they hadn't checked it in a couple days, and they got it. And then a couple others finally tried it because I asked them. And I sent out, let me find this message. So I just said, when they said that they liked it or whatever, or loved it for whatever reason, I say, yes, I'm so excited for you. The energy lasts all day. I absolutely love it. And they just announced BOGO for Skinny Brew today. I said today and tomorrow only because I want to create that sense of urgency. So I said today and tomorrow only. So if you're loving it, I would love to help you take advantage of that deal and get a killer price on a full 30-day supply. They come back and ask what the pricing is like. So then I just say, normally the Skinny Brew retails for $82 for 15 servings, or you can get it for only $49 with my discount program. With this deal, you're going to get a full 30 days for only $49. And then they're like, heck yes. And then I just send them my little blurb about, you know, the discount program, and they're in. I've already signed 2 loyals, and I have more that I'm working on that I'm still in the conversation with, but that's just since like 3 o'clock this afternoon. So the last 6 hours or so. So I'm happy with that. Okay, let's see. Is Danielle back on? She is. Hi, Danielle. Welcome back.
That was fun.
That happened to me last night on another Zoom. I was hosting and I got kicked off. So that was amazing.
I'm like, excuse me, I'm supposed to be a part of this, which has happened. And then it wouldn't let me back on. I was about ready to get on my phone. So I'm glad I'm back on.
All right. So tell everyone who you are, all that good stuff. Share a little bit about your story, and then jump right in with your Skinny Brew tips.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Triple Diamond Danielle Janiszewski. I live in Arizona. I'm from New York, special ed and math teacher. I've been in for 6 years. I actually joined after blocking people on Facebook and social media because I wanted like no part of like their stuff, what was going on. But I had a wedding to pay for. So I kind of thought about like the what ifs, like if they can do it, I can do it kind of thing. So I got started, and I really just talked about the greens. That was like the only thing. I did not even want to say the word wrap because everyone was so skeptical about it. So talked about the greens, and that kind of brought me into like December, where I got the Christmas cash bonus. And that was where it kind of opened my eyes a little bit. Because as a teacher, like you just don't make any extra money like ever. So for me to get an $800 Christmas cash bonus and pay for my Christmas in cash was like mind blowing. And I was like, all right, think I'm onto something. So that's when I really, you know, saw a little bit more and turned it up a notch, and got to work. And I think at that time, I don't even think I was really even executive. Couple months I went Ruby, and then the next month I actually promoted from Ruby to Diamond, the month before our wedding, and got pregnant, went on maternity leave, and never returned after that. And that's kind of been the biggest blessing there. So I've got 2 kids, work from home, make my own schedule. Some days I love being a stay-at-home mom, making my own schedule. Other days I'm like, give me a drink. It's not easy. But I do have a nanny, and I'm so beyond thankful for that. So not to get too crazy into my story, but if I'm going to really be vulnerable and kind of put myself out there, I've had life hit me really hard this last year. Specifically in the last couple of months, I lost my dad a month ago. And he was like my best friend. He died of cancer. And it was a month ago, so it's still very fresh for me. But I was able to move home for the summer to help with him and help everything. The day he was diagnosed, I flew home, and I stayed there for 5 months with my family. And it's because of this business that I was able to do that. If anyone's a teacher, or you know the schedule of a teacher, like that doesn't happen. That's not normal. So for that, I'll be forever forever a lifer, and so thankful that this business has allowed for me to do that. And, you know, when he got sick right at the end, I just dropped everything and flew home, and I didn't have to worry about anything at all. And I'm so thankful. So I've been really checked out, and by checked out, you know, I'm such a no excuses kind of person, but I had my flight to conference, I had everything. And even after his funeral, I still changed my flight to go to conference from New York, but both of my kids got the flu, and I was like, I just can't take on much more right now. So I just canceled everything, called it quits, and stayed home. And I couldn't leave my kids like that with my mom after everything. So all this is unfolded, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I could sit here and be that person that makes excuses, or I could also be that person that is like, this is my chance to like go all in and be like, just like, everything with this business is like the positivity and the being surrounded with people. And honestly, that's kind of why I knew I needed conference, but there's not much I could do about that. So this has been something that I've really been able to dive into full force and lead from the front. And that's been really, you know, that's just so important, is leading from the front. So sorry, I knew my story was a little bit longer than it was supposed to be, but I wanted to share that so you guys kind of knew where I'm at, because I am a no excuses person. And usually I'm, you know, I think better than where I'm at now, but what I'm doing now, I have to give myself grace, and I have to be proud of myself for that. So I actually literally just as somebody else was talking, I got 2 more orders of the samples, and I just sent them out as I was talking to you guys. I got both of them. So I'm up to 27. So the biggest things that I have done, I have posted, I have done polls, and for me, I used my wrap rewards. Guys, when I was in New York, I was like, I don't even know what these sample packs look like, but they're under my wrap rewards. So you know what? I'm going to get them. So I'm so glad I did, because every time I talk about them or go live, I'm like, here they are. This is what they look like. Let me open it up. Let me take a picture with my hand. So that was something I'm really, really glad that I did. And I'm kind of a nerd. It's like the teacher in me, but I have like a fake wood board back there. I've laid these out and taken pictures of them and been like, I've got 8 sample packs left, stressing urgency. So posting like that, doing polls on, you know, I'm all over the polls. So that's a lot of what I've done. I think having it on hand has been really incredible. The number one thing that I have done, and if you message me and you want the picture, I'll totally share it, but it's a countdown. So I have the sample packs at the top, and then I just have 1 through 20. And as they fill up, I put people's names in them, and I do it on my page. And then I also do it on polls. I'm blowing up the polls with it though. Like every time somebody gets it, I'm all over it with a poll at the bottom. So does that make sense? Do you see what I'm saying? So the samples are up top, and then number 1, and I write their name, and then, you know, it's basically a countdown, and it's like, I've got 5 left. Like, what do you want, kind of thing. So I've been doing that. Definitely doing host to post. So let me kind of, as we're talking about this, do you guys use Wordboard? Like, okay, like Wordboard is life. And I'm telling you, after you now know what I've been through, you know, the last couple of months, I don't know what I would do without Wordboard. I truly and honestly do not. I would be lost. So thankful for Wordboard. So I have one that's basically Skinny Brew sample, and I have it numbered. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then next to it, I have what it is. So it's claim one of my spots. And I can send all this in the chat, but it's basically, yay, yay for claiming one of my 20 sample packs. All you have to do is PayPal me, blah, 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 whatever. How's that sound? Which I like how you said, don't say this. I'm like, oh my God, I need to change that around a little bit. I like what she said. Thanks, Candice. The next one is send me your information. So it's 2, and then it says name, phone number, email, address, and then it says send $15 to PayPal, and it has my link. So they literally just have to click on that link, even if they're not really that familiar with PayPal. And then, I have or become a product model. I really don't use it that much, but when I get all the information, I put it in, I basically say, you're all set. All you have to do is, I basically give them the instructions right then as they, you know, just place their sample pack order. All you have to do, mix it with 8 ounces, da, 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 da. I can't wait to hear from you. Please let me know. And I liked what Sarah said about asking them to post on Facebook or send you a picture. Even if they just message you a picture, you can screenshot it and post it. So And then I said, when I first used it, I noticed boost of energy, very focused, got a lot done, energized, whatever. So that's basically that. Now the other one, this is literally what I use for everything. So if they do a sample or if they take a poll, if they view a poll, like message them. Like there's literally, like I'm all in right now. Like if I have any second of the day, like I'm just messaging people that have viewed my poll, and I'm messaging pretty much everybody. Hey girl, thanks for commenting on my sample post. I'd love to get you a sample of the Skinny Brew. That works for anything. If they take a poll, if they view, it doesn't matter. If they comment on a post, if they comment on somebody else's host to post, that verbiage works for everything. Then as soon as they say yes, because what I was doing before was giving the specifics before, but I felt like I was losing people. So I wanted them to say, yes, I want that sample. People are giving me their address like before I even say the next thing. And it's because they think it's for free, and that's fine. But the next thing is going to be like, it's $15. And I'd say 9 out of 10 people are like, okay, here you go. So the next thing that I'm saying, which is probably my most important one, is, and I'll of course share it, but it's basically awesome. I just got some packs in. I'll send you a picture of what they look like. I have a few options. Just let me know which works best for you. You can do a sample pack 3 for $15. Or what most people do is 50, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then after that, if they do choose the 3 for $15 and they send me the money, then I'll be like, oh my gosh, you can actually add 3 more on right now for only $10. Do you want to do that? Like people are like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
So you're giving them 6 for only 25?
I am. Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're selling yourself short.
I'm kind of irritated that the price went up a little bit, because I'm like, oh, because now I would have to like up it. I was totally fine with doing $15. I was very comfortable with that. But I was kind of like, well, I might just give them a bonus if they can do, because really before I was still making like $8. So I didn't, but now I'm only going to be making like what, 3 or 4 if I do the add-on for 10. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just feel like you're selling yourself short. And like for me, the way that I look at it is kind of the opposite. Like I've been selling 20. I've only done 15 for my existing loyal customers.
Okay.
But everybody else I'm selling for 20. And then I'm offering, if they want to do another 3, for another 15. So 35. Okay. Because otherwise I feel like they don't see the value in the loyal customer program. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's just me.
I know. I totally see that. And honestly, for me, I was just kind of like, well, it's kind of like a bonus. Like I'll just like give it to them kind of thing. They already got one, so I'll just give it to them again. And I want them to use it and use it consistently. And unfortunately, some of the people I'm seeing, I'm like, that have gotten it, they're like, oh yeah, I tried it a couple of days ago. I'm like, do it for 3 days consecutively. Like, what are you doing? So I feel like I need to add that in my verbiage now and say, 3 consecutive days. Like
I don't understand how they could try it for 1 day and not like have to have it the next day.
Yeah. So I'm like, I probably should add that in there. So, so for the BOGOs, I've contacted everybody already that has gotten a sample pack and let them know. And I love the sample app that we have. We can just send everything out there. We can alert ourselves to do follow-ups. I really do love all that. I'm going through my hosted posts. I'm still working through that. And the next thing I'm going to do is, I think Candice said it, is go back and touch base with all of my old customers to get them on board and on their auto shipment again with the Skinny Brew. So that is probably going to be like a good power hour tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm down for that power hour.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
I love that. And so how many we don't need an exact number, but approximately out of the 27 sample packs that you've sold, how many of those have already become either customers or distributors?
3.
That's good.
It is. And I probably would say that I probably have way more that are like really good potentials for distributors, actually, because they see what I'm doing and they've kind of witnessed the host to post, and they're kind of like, wait a sec, because if they've been a potential, I'm like, hey, throw this up on your page, see what this, because I did this like join for $0 and I want to show you how to do it. And I have the verbiage on that too, but it's basically like, throw this up on your wall, team coffee or team tea, what do you prefer? and every single person that comments, send them this message. And then you could even pre-sell, you know, those packs. And they're like, oh my gosh, so I can do this, and oh, I can do that. And it's like their wheels are starting to turn, because really they're kind of they already are getting their feet wet. And that's really good. So I'm loving the 7 sample packs in the business builder kit way more than any business builder kit we've ever done. And I want for people to really see the benefit of that, and whether people actually pre-sell it or not, even if they pre-sell 3, you now have 3 potential customers, and you have, you know, $45 or $60 off of your, you know, business builder kit, basically.
Right. I feel like it not only helps them get their investment right back and then some, but also, like you said, they're already like, there's their first customers. This is how they get their 6 customers out of their 7 sample packs that they're selling. The other one might be a distributor.
Yeah.
I love that.
Something else I want to share real quick too is I'm trying to teach my team, like, see like the domino effect of everything, like all these all these sample pack people. Like this one girl, she tried it for 3 days, she lost 4 pounds. She sent me her, like, oh my god, I lost 4 pounds, sign me up right now. Like that's basically how it went down. Sign up as a customer. Then I was like, light bulb, I'm going to screenshot what she said, and not only am I going to post it, but I'm going to ask her if I can tag her in the post. So if you can see the domino effect of all of this coming from one silly little sample pack sold, it will literally blow your mind. If you can see all of it that will, you know, come through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I've been doing the same thing too, as far as like screenshotting, like every single testimony I get, I've screenshot right away. And I'm using that to like put in the comments of host a post, of my own posts, all of that. And then one other thing that I was thinking of while you were chatting that I've been doing that I feel like has worked really well. So I mentioned earlier, I think it was like while you were trying to get back on, that I'm really like, I'm having my customers do a post or whatever for me as soon as they get their stuff. But I'm also like, as soon as they try it and they tell me that they tried it, because a lot of them are messaging me that like the same day, like right as soon as they make it, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And I'm like, how are you feeling? And then literally like 4 or 5 times throughout that day, I will message them like, how's it going? Are you getting all the things done? Because I really want them, I want to hone in on how they're feeling. I want them to pay attention to that, because sometimes people aren't like that observant of themselves and how they're feeling. They're so focused maybe on weight loss that they're not even really thinking about how much stinking energy they have. Mm-hmm. Like I literally drank my Skinny Brew like 15 hours ago and I'm still going strong. Normally I'm like, I'm a goner by now.
And I think people need to take advantage of the follow-up tool within the sample app. Like, don't discount that. Don't just write it in your notebook, because I'm telling you, you're going to forget. And my like biggest weakness, that I'll be totally honest with you, is keeping loyal customers on board, because I try so hard to follow up with them. And it's like, I'll set timers and I'll set this. And then it's like, they don't get back to me. And it's like, I have been so good about using that follow-up tool, and my alarm goes off on my phone and it's like, I go right to it. I shoot them a message because it's already in Wordboard. All you gotta do is press one button and it sends them off to them in a text message. And people get back to you right away because it's a text message and you're checking in on them. And, oh, I only did 2 days. I'll let you know tomorrow on the 3rd day. Awesome. Sounds great. Can't wait to hear from you. Follow up again in like 2 or 3 days. So keep using the follow-up tool. It really is awesome.
Yeah. And I love how you can change like I don't know what they call it or whatever, but it's like warm, hot, success. Like I love those badges. Like I was just playing with it today, because it's like, otherwise you have to like, especially once you've sold quite a few samples, you're like, you have to go back into the message and figure out like who's where and whatever. So I love those badges, because you can kind of just see very quickly at a glance in that list of prospects.
Yeah. Well, I think if we can really all see the big picture of what this sample app might actually potentially turn into, like my mind is actually blown. Like what I've been able to do in the last couple of weeks is insane. But if we add a wrap and the skinny tea and the keto coffee, like hang on tight, guys, because it's about to get serious. And I just think that if you dive in now and you can perfect perfect what you're doing and how you're doing it with this Skinny Brew, then they're going to bring on more stuff, and they're going to have more stuff in this sample app, and you're just going to take off, and you're going to be ambassador before you know it.
Oh yeah. I would be ecstatic if they would just add keto coffee and then like a mocha option with keto coffee and chocolate creams. Like that's all I need.
I like that.
That is all I need. Oh,
Yeah.
energy would be really good too, because I talk about that stuff like no other.
Yes. Oh, can I add one more thing? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I feel like I have talked a lot, but
No,
I'm going to shut up after this. So I've gotten some people, I have so many like keto coffee people in TFX, like host a post out. So as I bump them up, so I got a TFX customer the other day. So what I've been doing for those people is I basically have a picture, because I'm a picture freak, and it says add on special. And then I have 3 samples in the corner with the number $15 next to it, $20, whatever. And then I have a bag of the Skinny Brew at the bottom for $49. And I'm like, you are able to add this on right now for just a one-time only kind of thing. You get 3 samples for $15. And people are like, oh, cool. Like, oh, wow, that's pretty good. And I'm like, sweet. Like, so it's kind of like the Mocha Dreams, but with the Skinny Brew.
I love that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that too.
No, I love that. I actually just had the best idea, like literally while you were talking. I'm about to go back. So I don't know what you guys do for your host post. I still am having people tag me, and I leave them all in timeline review.
Yes.
And I am about to, first thing tomorrow morning, go back to all my keto coffee host posts from forever ago and bump them with something about the Skinny Brew and something about BOGO.
Oh, yes. Good call. Good call.
Super excited about that. Okay. And then I just have a question, and any of you 3 can answer, or all of you. Have any of you reached out? I think it was Candice that mentioned she was reaching out to, existing LCs. And I think you did too, Danielle, and I have. But have any of you reached out to like old distributors in your downline that have canceled out or maybe haven't been working? And if so, I would love to hear what you're saying to them.
I have, and I use it as an opportunity to downgrade their account. Or just cancel them out and bring them back in as customers. I have no guilt or feeling about doing that whatsoever. Especially on legs that are dead already. Like, just clear it out, start over, become a customer, let me put you in a better place. And they don't care. Like, they've had no
Yeah, because they're not working anyway.
They don't.
Yeah. And even if they did want to, hey, maybe I will give this thing another shot. You know what I mean? Like, by all means, go ahead. But homegirl, like, use the products first, because I'm telling you, the best distributors are people who are customers. So I honestly, anytime I follow up with them, you won't even see me touch on let's join the business again. Like, you won't even hear that come out of my mouth. So I'm all about downgrade to a customer. Yeah. So that's the definite thing that I say all the time.
Love that.
Oh, you know what? I did want to add this because I was thinking about it earlier as Danielle was talking. Something that's working really, really well for me and for us is digital coupons for people that host a post for us. So like before, of course, like giveaways are a thing, but now I use it as a thank you for people that host a post for me. I send them, let me see if I can show you guys this before my phone dies. I send them basically like the digital Blitz card with an expiration date as a thank you. So I'll go back, and I've done it already. I'll go back to all the people that hosted a post for me last year and just say, hey girl, I was thinking about you. I just wanted to say thank you for posting on my behalf. I wanted to send you a coupon that you can use to try this new coffee that we just got. And it's a win. I love that. Because it's only it's $15 instead of the $20 that I usually use it for or whatever. I'm going to make the cash anyway. And I put an expiration date on it and over. So they have until the end of the month to use it. And it's a sale anyway. Like, it doesn't.
Can you share that with us? I really want to see. And y'all have been
I do too.
20. I'm like, am I like seriously dumb doing 15? Shoot, now I'm going to do 20.
You really need to do 20. Yeah. Because you can't. People will still buy it.
All right,
I'm
going 20.
Can I share something? I'm sorry, my daughter woke up, so I had to like turn my camera off. So I was like hiding. I'm sorry. I call it the nudge message. So what I do is this: for somebody that hosts a post for me, and you know how it blows up and then people don't get your message, I give them extra skin in the game. So I say to them, hey, I know that you might be interested in some free goodies. If you private message these following people and I type it out for them that they haven't seen my message, for every 2 people, I'll give you a sample pack. So then I'm getting my credits, right? Because we have to keep our first 6 loyals, right? So for bonus purposes. So I have my credits, my product rewards, and then I'm able to, so I'm able to give them free goodies with that. But now a lot of my hosted posters have more skin in the game because they want to try the product, and they are like knocking on their friend's door to check their messages and get back to me.
That is so good. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So you're telling them for every 2 people they message, you'll give them a
for every
sample pack?
every 2 people that get started.
Okay.
So
So
I
they
give
need
them
to message the people on the list, and then for every
Yep.
2 that actually sign up.
Yeah, so they're like, did so-and-so get started? Did so-and-so get started? I'm like, I haven't heard from them yet. They said Friday, because they want to try the product or whatever the case may be. So it's like real estate, right?
So
People are not
smart.
going to, you're not going to sell a house and not want to show it and not want to, right? So I think of it that way. Like, there are host to post is valuable real estate that they need to get people like invested in it.
That is genius.
I'll share that message too. Sorry.
Thanks. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to say on that note?
No, I loved what Meghan just shared though.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Okay. My other question for you ladies was, have any of you blitzed like in person, like immediate with the coffee or right into a sample pack? Because I know for me, like I used to be like blitzing queen, and I feel like ever since I moved, I don't know, I got in my head and I stayed in my house, and now I've been trying to get better about getting out, but haven't quite gotten there yet.
So say your question one more time. I'm sorry.
Just like, I'm just curious to see if you guys are like blitzing in person with Skinny Brew sample packs, or have you done all social media so far?
I honestly, social media got me to triple, but I'm not afraid to do like a pop-up shop or just go set up somewhere. Like I've set up at gyms, I've set up like random places. Again, this last year has kind of been a hot mess. I've got 2 little kids on top of all of that stuff that happened there. But before that, it was like, I just wasn't afraid to go like call a gym and be like, hey, do you mind if I set up? You know what? I was at the gas station tonight on the way home from our soccer practice, and I took a picture of some Girl Scouts that were outside the gas station. And I'm like, this right here, why are little Girl Scouts outside a gas station but not at works tables? Like, you can set up a table and have a sampling station for people. You can sell sample packs literally at a gas station. But you know what? People are like too afraid to do that, or it's weird, or it's not normal. Well, you know what? It's okay to be not normal. And if you go ambassador, you're probably not the normal one. So it's okay to do not normal things. So I just little pop-up shops, whatever you want to call them, I don't care. But I think those are, get somebody to do them with you and have fun with it. And for me personally, I would do them, and then I would always take it live. I would always take it to social media, because why miss an opportunity to then bring it back to social media? So
that is so smart. I'm going to go like visit all the local gas stations now. I was just saying, there's
even like setting up inside of the gym, or even like outside of a gym, you know what I mean? Like there's coffee shop, like who cares? Like that, it's not like they really care that you're giving away coffee samples. They don't care. I just think finding a place, like a Starbucks just went up down the street, and I'm like, I have no problem setting up outside the Starbucks. I don't care if I'm giving away coffee samples. They don't care. So there's a nail place right next to it. So that's my new thing, that I'm like, I just want to set up a table there, and just, even if I go for like an hour or 2, who cares? So
yeah, every little bit counts.
Yeah.
I have a gas station in my like little area of town. There's literally only one gas station along this very busy like main road, and it's always busy. Like every time I need gas, I'm waiting in line to like get gas. And it's crazy, but I'm all about setting up a table right outside that gas station for that exact reason. So I'm gonna go talk to them tomorrow. So, okay, does anybody have any last minute quick tips or questions? Did we miss any questions in the comments? I want to make sure.
I think challenge yourself. I always do live videos for my team, and then I say, challenge yourself to do this, this, and this. So why don't all of us leaders give them one challenge to do within the next 24 hours?
Good one. I'll say, and this is going to sound really cliche, but set a big goal of what you want your weekly goal to be and just run after that. Like for our team, 15 is like our kind of standard weekly goal. And we have an income goal, sample goal, and that's what we run after as far as samples are concerned. I showed them the numbers, and I wanted to say this earlier, but I forgot. The numbers of how much money you can actually make. And you can literally make 6 figures on samples alone. 15 samples a day, you guys, not considering the cost of the credits, is $109,000 a year just from samples. From your phone. You do not have to enroll a single customer, not a single distributor. Is literally sending samples from your phone. If you want to get technical and subtract the cost of credits, $79,000 just from sample cash. Set the goal, run after the goal, make the $300 and keep it moving. Don't overthink it, just do the thing. How much BV is that? A lot. A lot.
A lot of BV, and especially because they're going to be enrolling as customers and distributors, and you're going to go presidential diamond in that time frame anyway.
But you know what? They're not going to enroll as customers and distributors unless you follow up with them. Because you know what I just learned the other day? I followed up with a girl that I've been wanting on my team for a while. And she said, oh, I know you've been through a lot lately, so I signed up with somebody else. I was like, no, that's the first time that it's actually ever happened to me. And I was like, all right, game on. Like, that's never going to happen again. So don't plant everybody else's seeds. So make sure you follow up. If you don't have a system for following up, then you got to find a system. You've got to make one. So make sure you follow up with people, because you're the one working hard. You're the one planting the seeds for all these people. They should be your customers. They should be your distributors, but they're not going to be unless you follow up with them.
So our goal this week is to bring on 5 coffee dealers. And they're going to sell a ton of samples and get tons of BV. That's what I'm looking for, coffee dealers.
I love that. Okay, so I would challenge you all to, go big or go home. Set a goal, figure out how much BV you need to reach your next promotion, or figure out how many distributors you need to fill your chart for your next promotion. You guys, it's the last week of the month. So from there, you can know exactly how many people you need to help pre-sell their Skinny Brew sample packs. And you know how many you need to sell also to bring in those loyal customers and bring in that extra volume from the sample packs and bring in that cash. So just hit the ground running. Don't think it's too late, because I have seen crazy things happen in the last few days of the month. Figure out, do those calculations for yourself tonight, and then just hit the ground running.
All right, my challenge for you is I would set the bar high and say 20, but if you're like, I've literally sold not one sample pack, so 10 is my high, that's fine. You have to set your own bar, but set the bar to selling that many by the end of the month. And then what I want you to do is I want you to actually sit down and see the domino effect that that's going to create. So say your number's 10, say your number's 20, whatever it is, I want you to actually see all those people becoming customers and all those people then becoming distributors, but they're not going to do it unless you take the time to follow up with them and plant those seeds with them.
All right, you guys, thank you.
And I'm upping to $20 too, just so you know.
Yes, do it. $20. You're going to message me tomorrow and be like, Sarah,
I've lost so much. Dang it.
I love it. You can just play it like everyone who didn't already get one missed out on your initial kickoff sale.
Right? Exactly. Kickoff sale. You're done. Go get the poker.
All right, ladies. Thank you so much for hopping on. I will upload this recording and share it with you all later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.